Good day everyone! In this video, we will discuss about linear and angular speeds. Let us define first what is a linear and angular speed. Consider a particle moving at a constant speed along a circular arc of radius r. If s is the length of the arc traveled in time t, which subtends an angle theta, then the angular speed measured in radians per unit of time, denoted by omega, of the particle is given by the formula omega is equal to theta divided by time. For this formula, remember that the theta is the central angle which should be in radian measure. On the other hand, the linear speed, denoted by upsilon, measured in distance per unit of time of the particle, is given by upsilon is equal to s divided by t, wherein s is the arc length. Remember that on our previous video, we have determined that s is actually equal to r theta. Therefore, substituting r theta to s, then the formula for the upsilon can be written as r theta divided by time. However, looking at this one, remember that omega is equal to theta divided by t. The expression r theta divided by t is also equal to r times theta divided by t, wherein this is actually our omega. So, another formula for the upsilon is r times omega. So, therefore, upsilon is equal to s over t, or upsilon is equal to r times omega. Let us try to solve some problems using the formula being presented earlier. The length of the blade of an electric fan is 10 inches. If its propeller rotates at 25 revolutions per minute, for letter A, find the angular speed of the propeller in radian per minute, and for letter B, find the linear speed of each tip of the blades. For letter A, in finding the angular speed, remember that the angular speed represented by omega is equal to the theta divided by the time. Looking at the problem, we can see that the length of the blade of an electric fan is equal to 10 inches. So therefore, we can say that r is equal to 10 inches. Moreover, the propeller rotates at 25 revolutions. Remember that from our previous video, we have mentioned that one revolution is actually equal to 360 degrees. Therefore, if the propeller rotates at 25 revolutions, then theta is actually equal to 25 times 360 degrees. Also, on our previous video, we have mentioned that 360 degrees is equal to 2 pi radian. So therefore, converting our theta in radian measure, this will be equal to 25 times 2 pi, which is equal to 50 pi radian. This time, we will now be solving for the angular speed. Using the formula omega equals theta divided by time, going back to the problem, if its propeller rotates at 25 revolutions per minute, then we can say that the given time is actually equal to 1 minute. Meaning, per minute, the propeller makes 25 revolutions. So therefore, the angular speed, which is equal to theta divided by t, is equal to 50 pi divided by 1. Simplifying it, the angular speed is now equal to 50 pi radian per minute. For the letter B, in finding the linear speed, since we have determined the length of the radius to be 10 inches and theta to be 50 pi radian, finding the linear speed, we can use the formula upsilon is equal to S over T, wherein S is equal to R times the theta. So we can substitute R theta to S here. So upsilon is equal to R theta all over T. Substituting our given in the formula, then the linear speed is equal to 10 times 50 pi all over 1. So therefore, the linear speed of the blade is equal to 500 pi inches per minute. Notice that we have used inches as unit of measurement in this one because we are talking of linear speed. But in the previous solution, we have used radian as unit of measurement because we have solved for angular speed. Let us have another example. The length of the second hand of a clock is 12 centimeters. Find the linear speed of the tip of the second hand as it passes around the clock face. So in here, what we are looking for is the linear speed. So we can use the formula S over T or the formula R times omega. But let us look of our given. It was given that the length of the second hand is 12 centimeters. So, imagining a clock with a second hand rotating on it, we can say now that this second hand is actually our radius. So, therefore, R is equal to 12 centimeters. Moreover, since we need to find the linear speed of the tip of the second hand as it passes around the clock face, it follows that the second hand actually covered a 1 revolution. So therefore, we can say that theta is equal to 360 degrees or 2 pi in radian. Moreover, since the second hand passes around the clock face, then it covered 60 seconds. So since we have already R, theta, and T, we can now solve for the upsilon. So upsilon is equal to S over T, where S is equal to R theta. So upsilon is equal to R theta divided by T. By substitution, we will have 12 times 2 pi divided by 60 seconds. Simplifying this, we're gonna have 24 pi divided by 60 seconds. If we want to solve for the exact measurement, you can here change pi into 3.14. Why 3.14? Why not 180 degrees? Because remember that we are talking of linear speed. And linear speed is related to length. So what we need to substitute in pi is 3.14. So substituting 3.14 here, we're gonna have 24 times 3.14 divided by 60 seconds. Using your calculators, this will be equal to 1.26 centimeters per second. Therefore, the linear speed of the second hand of a clock is 1.26 centimeters per second. I hope that you have understood the lesson. For our next video, we will discuss about circular functions. Thank you so much for listening and see you on our next discussion.